Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how to install Flutter in any Linux distribution. Now primarily I use Arch Linux, so I'll be installing Flutter here, but it should work in pretty much any Linux distributions. Just the package manager is the difference. So the first thing that you're going to do is just open your browser and go to flutter.dev. And that is the first step when you install Flutter in any platform. So flutter.dev. So here you go, and here get started. I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button. All right, install in Linux platform. And now here it is written something Linux 64-bit is needed, and disk space it is 600 megabytes, and Flutter depends on the command line tools being available in your environment. So this is the thing that you have to do, right? So these are the command line tools that you need. So in order to search for these tools, whether they are installed in your system, most of them are it is installed in most of the distributions. Maybe some of them are not installed, which was in my case. So the thing xz utils, unzip, and maybe zip, these three were not installed, and git I installed in the time of installation of Arch Linux. So now what you're going to do is and write all the program's name, and in my case all of them will be shown because I have the Flutter installed, right, like this. So if there are any packages like this package, it is not installed in my system, this will be listed like this. Look at that, right? Which no whatever it is written, right? So basically that is the case. And if you want, if you are a Linux Pro user or something like that, then what you can do is just you can grab it to which, then it will just print that only. So basically that is the thing. Now install it with the help of your package manager. In the case of Arch Linux, you can do it yay or pacman. So yay pacman as and write whatever package you need, right? So that's it. So after doing that, the shared libraries, you do not need that right now. So now the second step, install Flutter using a snapd. So I do not recommend to install Flutter using the snap store because it breaks sometimes. So what happens? I do not know what it happens, but I just do not like the approach of snapd and flatpak and everything. I do like app images because if there is no any maintainer for a project, then it is useful. But these two, snapd and flatpak, I just do not like them. And it may be my personal opinion, but yeah, that's it. That is how I look at it. So what I will do is look at this git clone. I'm going to clone from the git. So git clone, already command is copied. So this is the thing, and hit enter, it is going to clone in the directory that you're in. I'm in the home directory, it is going to clone it in the home directory, but I'm not going to do it. Why? Because I've already installed Flutter. And the Flutter thing is I've installed in this directory here, and similar thing will happen in your case too. So cd into Flutter, so listed. So these are the things that you have. The first thing that you're going to do is to change your environment variables, right? You can cd to bin, and look at here are the executables for .flutter, and there is Flutter the dot that is for Windows, not for Linux. So .flutter there is. So what you're going to do is in your bash rc, let me open my bash rc. It is already in my bash rc, so similar thing can be done. I do not know. Oh, okay, cd, so and vim.bash rc here. So these are the things right here. This one, export path is equal to path in this this thing, your programs flutter.bin. This is the path for your binary of Flutter and .lies. So that's the thing. And another thing that I say you to do is this one, export Chrome executable. Okay, this thing here. Why I cannot highlight it? So this is one, export Chrome executable here. This one. So what you're going to do with this is that if you're setting up Flutter and you have not turned up the desktop, then no any devices are going to be seen. For example, here Flutter devices, if I do, then two devices are shown here, Linux, because I have already, enabled desktop support for Flutter, and it's available in this stable state now. It is not pretty stable, but it is usable kind of, you can make apps, you can test them in desktop. It is going to be working fine. Up to now, I've not, encountered any difficulties in that case. And the other one is Chrome here, web version, and that is not going to show if you do not do this, right? This thing here. If you do not do this, then it is not going to show that. So that's it. That's how you install. Now Flutter Doctor, you're going to run Flutter Doctor. After running Flutter Doctor, we're going to Android Studio. I've not installed it, okay, because until I do not want any, I do not want to produce any Android app. I do not need that Android Studio. And Flutter path, here it is written the same thing, add Flutter tool to your path. And basically that is the case. Everything else is not so important. Maybe update your path. I've already said it, what to do here. So here you can just do the thing which Flutter dot here. Here is the environment variables is, has been set up quickly. I'm going to say correctly. Sometimes tongue slips. So this is it. So many of you may be thinking why Flutter is being installed in Linux and why the heck it is doing. So I'm doing it because Flutter is pretty laggy in Windows. Okay, you may not agree with me. Your mainline operating system may be Windows, but it is true. Now the thing is that if I enabled desktop support for Flutter in Windows, then it is going to be 20 gigs. Okay, with the workload in Visual Studio and everything should be installed here. But you can I can readable. I can show you here. Here my system is just of 19 gigs. Okay, with Flutter installed, Visual Studio Code installed, Firefox, Chromium, everything. It is installed here, and it is a usable desktop. I just tried it. This is Sway WM, by the way. So this is it. So this is the beauty of Arch Linux. I must say that. So this is it. This is how you install, what it is called Flutter in Linux distribution. But I'm now gonna stop right here. I'm gonna open code, and I'm gonna show you how much it takes to kind of this. I'm gonna remove this web view widget real quick. It can be removed here. So this is it. I'm gonna just do text and whatever it is. All right, so now the code is ready. There is a problem right here, so it is unused, remove. So save it and hit F5 for building a Linux application. Right here are two devices. And Linux, it is going to be pretty fast, right? If you compare it with something like Android, it's going to be pretty fast. All right, it's taking time. Or maybe this is the first one. Okay, it's coming here. All right, so this is it. This is an application that is just that is a kind of a practice application. That's not kind of practice application, but yeah, that is a demo application of Flutter. You can run it on Linux. It just works, right? So even in web, it just works. So this is it. This is how you install Flutter in any Linux distribution. So thank you for watching.